So today we are going to start with unit number 3, which is plane table survey. In previous lecture, we have finished up a part of unit number 2, which is areas and volumes. In the previous lecture, we have seen the methods to find out the area of zero circle. We have seen there are 5 methods, and also we have completed the whole part with the assignment number 2. So you have to refer the 4 question paper and you have to find out the questions related to unit number 2, areas and volumes. It may contain the numerical as well as it may contain the theoretical part. So you have to submit that assignment well before the Friday. The students who are not feeling well, they can message me regarding it and they can get a 2 days extra to submit the assignment. Okay, so let us start with the plane table survey. Now regarding the plane table survey, we have seen a small introduction of plane table survey in direct method of computing, in which we are using the plane table to draw the contour lines. Okay, so let us start with what is exactly the plane table survey, what is the principle on which it works, what are the accessories required in plane table survey, and methods of plane table survey. Okay, write down the detail, write down the topic. Unit number 3, plane table survey. We will start with the point introduction. Then we will see the principle. Next will be the accessories of plane table and methods involved into the plane table. So these are the 4 main points that we will learn, that we will study while studying the unit number 3. Now, as the name itself indicates that plane table is nothing but a wooden plane table on which a drawing sheet is attached, and while taking the observations, we are making that observations to draw on the particular drawing sheet. This means that the observation and the making the plan will be done on a simultaneous mode. What was the aim of surveying? Aim of surveying is to prepare the map, to prepare the plan, which will show you the relative details of the topography, relative properties of the earth surfaces. Like it may contain the road network, it may contain some river flowing or the water which is flowing from say one point to another point. It may contain the details of the highest point, which is called as a hill or summit point. It may contain the valley. So basically the main aim of surveying is to prepare the drawing, to prepare the plan, or to prepare the map. Earlier, which we have seen in the leveling, what thing we have done? First of all, we have taken the levels. If we consider the example of a contouring, indirect contouring, we have taken the levels by using the leveling instrument. We have kept the star at each and every point. Let us say it is a log contouring project. So we have drawn number of squares of say particular size, and on the corners of particular size of contour, size of that particular block, We have kept a measuring star. We have measured the observations. Then, in the calculation part, we have calculated the reduced level of each and every point, and by using the method of interpolation, arithmetic calculation, we have drawn the control lines. So means we have taken one part which is called as the observation on the field, and then we have drawn the map or a plan which is called as a contour plan, contour map, in say a lab or in a drawing room, you can say. But in case of plane table survey, in case of unit number 3 plane table, both the things means field work and lab work will be done at the same time, or it is also called as a simultaneously while taking the observations. Okay, how it works? How it works? It works on the principle of. It works on the principle of parallelism. It works on the principle of parallelism. What is parallelism? Suppose we are having 4 points. Let us name these 4 points by P, Q, R, and S. We identified those 4 points onto the ground. We have kept a ranging rod on particular points, and we have identified it by using the ranging rods. Okay. Now we require the position of these 4 points on plan, on map. So how we can do it? We will find out the distance between P and Q. We will find out the distance between P and Q. We will find out the distance between Q and R. Respectively, we will find out the remaining 2 sides, and by taking some suitable scale, we will plot it on the drawing sheet. We will plot it on a drawing sheet. So this is one of the methods. Now, by using the plane table, by using the principle of parallelism, how we can do it? Means, let us first of all keep the plane table on the point P. Let us keep the plane table on the point P. How we can assure that whether it is exactly on point P or not? How we can assure? We are having one instrument which is called as, yes, anyone can guess? If we wanted to make sure that the point P on the paper is exactly above, we have kept the plane table on the point P, and we wanted to make sure that the instrument on point P, which is exactly whether it is above on the ground surface, whether it is above or below. Which instrument is used? Yes, any guesses, students? This instrument is called as U4. U4. U4 is nothing but a bent metal pipe in the shape of U. Suppose this is the one end of U4, which is touching the point onto the drawing sheet. Suppose I will keep U4 like this. Suppose this is the point, and from the top it will only look like this. Correct? From the top, this section will look like this only. So the point touching this point A will represent the point onto the drawing sheet. It is having a sharp edge and it will look like a small point. So that point will represent any point, a point on the drawing sheet, and the same point is representing it onto the ground surface. Suppose this is the ground surface. So this point A, I will take the point A as small a and the point onto the ground as capital E. So by using the U4 with plumb bob, from this end there is a small thread and one end of thread is attached with the U4. Other end is having a triangular portion which is heavy in weight, which is called as the plumb bob. Now you must have heard about the plumb bob is used for checking the verticality of any vertical member, mostly for construction purpose, mostly in the building construction purpose. It is commonly used by the mason. Got it? So by using this U4, I will make sure that the point P onto the ground, point P which is onto the ground, it was measured or it was identified by using a star, by using a wrenching rod. I will just remove the wrenching rod. I will mark the point onto the ground by using some wooden peg. Exactly. I will try to keep the table on that particular wooden peg by adjusting right, left, up and down. And then I will mark point small p. See, this is my small p. Now here, what I will do is, I will try to draw point Q. I will try to draw point Q by focusing it by using a alidade. I will tell you what is exactly alidade. Alidade is nothing but a small scale. One end is having a horse hair and other end is having a eye slit from which we can bisect. It will act like a telescope. It will act like a telescope. Again, in alidade, we are having two alidades. First one is plain alidade, and second one is telescopic alidade. Okay, so I will tell you the whole construction of accessories required for plane table. Now we are focusing on the principle of a plane table. The principle of plane table is parallelism. Principle of plane table is parallelism. What does this mean? Now, after keeping the table on point P and making sure that point P is exactly below the capital P by using this instrument which is called as U4. One more thing I will do is I will try to mark the north direction. Why we require north direction, students? Why we require north? Anybody, students? What was the purpose of taking north? Yes? Anyone? No one? Yes? Students, am I audible to you? Students, am I audible? No? Students, are you there? Am I audible? Please type yes in the chat box or raise your hands.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now tell me why we have to take the north direction on the plan, on the drawing sheet. What was the purpose? Okay, so let me tell you the why we require north is because the principle of plane table is what? It is parallelism. It is parallelism. What does this mean? The instrument plane table which is kept on point P, the same fashion, we have to shift the instrument from P to the point Q. Means the position of plane table which was earlier at point P, the same position will be there at point Q. So that is nothing but the first position of P or plane table should be parallel with the second position of plane table when I shift to point Q. Then and then only the plane table survey will give you the correct results. This is called as keeping your plane table parallel to your previous position. Keeping your plane table parallel to your previous position. That is called as the parallelism. Okay. So I will explain it again. Suppose this is the plane table. I have kept the plane table like this. I have kept the plane table in such fashion. After completing the work, I will shift it towards the point Q. I should not change the rotation. I should not change the rotation of the plane table. If it is in the same fashion, I will just shift in the same fashion. I will keep it on the point Q with the same fashion. If I slightly change the direction, of the plane table, what will happen? The principle of plane table is what? It is parallelism. If you won't keep that principle, or if you won't keep the parallel positions of your plane table, whatever you will get the results, that will not match the points onto the ground. So all the time when you think about the shifting your plane table from point 1 to the another point, make sure that you have drawn the north direction. You have drawn the north direction. Now, how to draw the north direction, students? How to draw the north direction? For drawing the north direction, we are having one more instrument which is called as a compass. All of you have heard about the circular box compass, prismatic compass. In that prismatic compass also we are having some graduations, isn't it? Because it starts from 0, 90, 180, 270, again 360, which is again 0. You have done few practicals on the prismatic compass. So on the same line, we are having one more compass, which is called as a trough compass. But in trough compass, we are having only two directions. It is having like this. Here at the center, we are having that particular dial gauge, and the shape is like a triangle. Two triangles are connected with the base. It is like this. One end is north and other end is south. It is a compass like this duster. It is made up of non-magnetic metal, and at the center, which is a needle which is directing towards north and south, that is made up of magnetic needle. That is called as magnetic needle. Now, due to the attraction of magnetic needle, it will only direct towards the south and north. It will only direct towards the north pole and the south pole. Okay. So how to check whether we have achieved the exact north direction. How to check? Just simple. This box, which is called as rough compass. Rough compass. Just take that rough compass, put it on your drawing sheet on the plane table. Now it will only direct towards the north and south. So it will try to deflect all the time. As it attracts towards the north pole and the south pole, the needle will try to attract towards the north and south until it will achieve the correct direction. Okay, so let us suppose that it is the exact north. Say this is the north direction. Okay, so I will erase it and I will try to keep my rough compass to the parallel to the north direction. How to do it? So I will take the rough compass, I will try to put it on the drawing sheet. Now, when we'll identify whether we have achieved the correct position, when we can assume that this is the correct position of your instrument, the position or the point where the needle keep constant, needle will not move. When it will not move, when it will direct exact north, exact south. Got it? So rotate your rough compass in such a way that in a very slight movement of your rough compass and try to make sure that magnetic needle will not disturb. It will achieve a constant position when it will direct towards the north or south. So that is the golden position of your instrument. So if it is in, if suppose earlier it was in the same direction, so I will try to rotate in clockwise or anti-clockwise direction, and I will try to achieve this position. Once the needle achieve the constant position, I will draw a line. I will draw a line. So that is my north direction. That is my north direction. So this is how we can draw the north direction, and all the time we require this north direction for achieving principle of plane table, which works on the parallelism. Now to achieve parallelism, we require to draw north direction first time. Means we have to draw north once when we keep the instrument onto the ground. Suppose we have kept the instrument onto the ground on point P. I have taken the temporary adjustment is done, and I have kept the rough compass. I have drawn the north direction. Now to achieve the principle of parallelism, what I need to do is I will shift the instrument to the another point. Let us say that point is Q, and I will keep the instrument. I will try to keep the instrument in such a fashion that the position of north will not change. Suppose I have kept the plane table in this fashion. Here we were having a north direction. Maybe if the distance between point P and Q is very much large, in the drawing board you can see that this is the correct position, and just we have to revolve it. Just we have to revolve the plane table. But just imagine that a lot of long distance is there between point P and point Q. Suppose if it is say 50, 60 or say 100 meters. So we made to find out what was the true position of your instrument. Okay, so what I will try to do is I will again have a rough compass. I will Keep the rough compass parallel to the north direction. Obviously, the needle at the center will not keep constant. Why? Because this is not the correct position. This is not the correct position of my north. My north is over here. My north direction is like this. Correct? So what I need to do is I will keep the rough compass parallel to the line. I will just remove or loosen the plane table, and I will try to rotate the plane table in such a fashion that it will try to achieve the true position of north, which was in the previous position. This whole process is called, one more word is there, which is called as orientation, which is called as orientation by magnetic needle. Orientation means what? Orientation is keeping your plane table parallel all the time to the previous position. Orientation is what? Keeping your plane table parallel all the time to your previous positions. So for orientation, we require what? One method is by using the magnetic needle. This means we require a north direction. So I will try to rotate this plane table by loosening the screw, and I will achieve the position. I will achieve the true position of north. This is your principle. Principle is keeping your plane table parallel to your previous positions. This is called as parallelism. All the time, when you shift your instrument from one point to the another point, first complete the orientation. Unless and until you will complete the orientation, whatever you work you will do, that will not represent the work actually onto the ground, or it may contain some kind of errors. Okay, so when you go on the field for the practicals on plane table surveying, you have to keep in mind that first use U4, check whether the point onto the paper, whether it is exactly onto the ground. Then check the horizontality of your instrument. Check the horizontality of your instrument. Again, we are having one more instrument to check whether it is exactly horizontal or not. If suppose this is my plane table. Suppose this is my plane table. What we require, this plane table should be exactly horizontal. It should not be like this, or it should not be like this, or in this position. What we require it a single line. From your side, you should see a single line. Did you got my point? From your face, you should require to see a single horizontal line. There might be some inclined surface might be. So try to balance it and try to make it exactly horizontal. We are having one more accessories for making your instrument exactly horizontal. That we will discuss when we will go for the accessories part. But first of all, please tell me whether you have understood the principle of plane table, which is parallelism. Because this is much more important. This is the base to start your plane table surveying. Because once you have understood what is orientation, what is the principle of parallelism, then only you can go for the next step of plane table. Just keep in mind that what is plane table? plane table, you think about your drawing board. We are drawing the plan and taking the observations both at the same time. This is the advantage of a plane table over the other methods. In other methods, what we were doing, we go on the field, take the field observations, find out the calculations, and then put the calculations in a graphical mode. So that is, we will take the observations on the field, come to your lab and prepare the plan into the lab. This is one of the advantage of plane table, that simultaneously we can take the field observations, we can take the levels, and we can plot those points which were onto the ground on the drawing sheet at the same time. This means in a single day we can prepare a map, we can prepare a contour map. Of course, there are again some disadvantages of the plane table also, but first of all, let us look towards that. What are the advantages of plane table? Okay, so students, please let me know whether you have understood this principle of plane table and orientation. Yes, please type your answers in the chat box. Whether you have understood the today's topic. I may ask few questions to the students who have given me yes, who have given me answer as yes. We have to do a practical on plane table survey. So please keep in mind that what is exactly plane table, how it works, and what are the advantages of the plane table. Can someone try to explain me what is exactly the principle of plane table? So I will ask one of the student. Shall I ask some question to the students? Those who have given me answer yes. Okay. So let me ask one question to the okay, so Shweta, are you there? Shweta, can listen me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Shweta, can you tell me what is plane table?
So plane table is a drawing sheet or a
Drawing board.
yes, sir.
Okay, next. What you have learned in today's lecture?
So principle of parallelism, which is also called as orientation.
Okay. Okay, fine, Shweta. Sangram Singh. Sangram Singh, are you there? Sangram.
Yes, sir.
Did you understood whatever we have learned today? Sangram.
हाँ सर ते युफॉक पर्यंत समजलंय पण ते नॉर्थ डायरेक्शन आहे ना
हाँ,
तो पार्ट थोडासा समजला नाही मग समोरचं थोडं समजलंय
बरं ठीक आहे थँक यू So few students required one more explanation regarding the north direction, how to take the north direction and what is exactly the orientation. So I will explain the orientation part again. Now one more explanation or one more example to the principal. One more explanation to the principal. Okay. Suppose we are having an open plot which is only kept for the parking purpose. So it is having some slots. So we have made particular slots to park the vehicle. Suppose this is the front portion of the vehicle and this is the back portion of the vehicle. The front portion of the vehicle and the back portion of the vehicle. Now it is said that the whole way you have to keep your vehicle in the same fashion, in the same fashion. What does this mean? These 4 points of the vehicle are well defined onto the ground. By using, say, some oil paint, we have marked suppose this is the marking of the exact position onto the ground. We have marked it by using a chalk paint. And it is said that we have to keep the 4 tires of a vehicle on the particular drawing, on the particular points itself. The whole day, maybe today I have parked like this, tomorrow it is not possible to park like this. So I have parked it like this. Did you understand that point? We have to park the vehicle for number of days on the same position. Maybe today, tomorrow, day after tomorrow. The whole 7 days we have to park the vehicle on the same particular points. Means we are keeping the vehicle parallel to my previous positions. We are keeping the vehicle parallel to my previous position. So how I can do it? For the plane table, we are having 2 methods, which is, suppose this is the plane table. In this plane table, it is a wooden drawing board. It is nothing but a wooden drawing board which consists of the 3 legs, 1, 2, and 3. If I draw the section like this, so this is a small thickness at the center. From the center, we are having the 3 legs like this. This is the thickness of your drawing board. Whatever you have drawn, your drawing sheet in your first year, the same drawing board is over here. This drawing board in a plan will look like this. On this drawing board, we require to first of all draw the north direction. First of all, we require to draw the north direction. Now to draw the north direction, what we are having? We are having a compass which is rectangular inside, rectangular in dimensions, and it contains a magnetic needle. It contains a magnetic needle. What does this magnetic needle do? It will always try to direct towards the north direction. Due to its attraction towards the poles, north and south pole, it will always try to direct towards the north and south direction. This is a complete rectangular box. So to achieve the north direction or to draw the north direction, I will keep the trust compass. I will keep the trust compass on the drawing sheet, and until this needle will try to make itself constant, until that needle will not move, will not disturb, that point I am going to achieve. How I am going to achieve is, I will try to rotate the trust compass. Trust compass is practically it will look like a duster. It will look like a duster. I will try to rotate the duster in a clockwise and anti-clockwise direction until I will try to achieve the constant position of the magnetic needle. This central part is called as a magnetic needle. it will try to rotate all the time until it will achieve the north direction. So I will try to rotate the compass in clockwise and anti-clockwise. At one position, I have got the constant position of the magnetic needle, and I will draw a line. I will draw a line. Now I have to keep the rough compass. I have to keep the U for. Suppose this is the small a, and below the ground we are having a capital A. The point which is representing onto the ground, I will show it by capital letters, and point onto the drawing sheet, I will represent it by the small letters. So by using the U4, I have confirmed that small a and capital A is exactly well above another. Now, next position is what I have to shift the instrument from say point A to the another point say B. So here, when I shift the instrument from one point to another point, I should keep in mind that the principle of plane table is what? Keeping your plane table parallel to each and every position which it was achieved in a previous positions. Because this is the principle. Unless and until we keep the plane table parallel, you will not get whatever the point we are representing on the map. It may contain some kind of errors. So that's why we require rough compass. We require north direction. One more point is the parallelism. I have got one answer that parallelism and orientation is same. No. Parallelism, what is parallelism? It is a principle of plane table on which plane table works. What is the principle of plane table? What is the meaning of parallelism? Keeping your plane table parallel to its previous positions all the time. When I shift the instrument from say one point to another point, third, second, fourth, number of times if I shift the instrument, I should keep the instrument parallel to its previous position. That is your parallelism. And to achieve the parallelism, we require an orientation. Orientation is what? Again, it almost looks like the same definition. Orientation is keeping your plane table parallel to its previous position. We are having two methods of orientation. One is by using this magnetic needle. Okay, so I'll stop for today's lecture. Today we have started with number 3, which is plane table survey. You will focus on the 4 points. First is introduction. Why we have going through the plane table. What are the advantages of plane table? Second is the principle behind the plane table, which is called as parallelism. How it will achieve by using the orientation method. Then we will see the accessories included into the plane table and the methods of plane table. So